Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Edwin Sifuna, the Nairobi senator, just asked Sakaja a question, and he's been pushing Sakaja accountability. In fact, if there is a senator that has been really asking questions to his home governor, then that one is Edwin Sifuna. You can interpret it as a political witch hunt, but according to me, I think the questions that Sifuna have been asking Sakaja are questions that really answer the public. They're answers that the public really wants. And for the last 2 months, Johnston Sakaja has been snubbing parliamentary meetings or committee invitations, summons, giving one excuse after the other. At one point, he's saying he's traveled out of the country on official duty. At some point, he said he's unwell. He's just been getting, packing excuses one after the other. And what then even compounds the whole problem is the governor even is ready and was willing and paid a fine of 500,000 because there is a fine that is imposed on a governor or on a leader if you are summoned in parliament and you fail to show up, then that disciplinary committee can fine you. So Sakaja was even fined 500,000 shillings and paid that money to parliament so that he actually fails to appear. And the question that Sifuna has been asking Sakaja is, affordable housing is going on in Nairobi County. And we've been told about Kibera and some other areas, events that were launched by President William Ruto. Sifuna is asking Sakaja, are the title deeds for those lands, for that land, available?
I really feel like I am getting, my blood is beginning to boil, and maybe I might have to recuse myself from these proceedings because of the casual nature with which the concerns of the residents of these estates are being treated. We are being now taught how to search for items on PDF documents, and yet the responsibility on the county government to provide these documents. In fact, for me, Chair, I would now direct that they provide to us physical copies of those documents for us to be able to go through them. Whatever he says, even if he has contempt for us as senators and the people, maybe he will have some respect for God and tell the truth.
Okay, thank you very much for your submission, Senator. I believe that moving forward...
Yeah, the standing orders are very clear. This House of Rules, you do not impute improper motive, just as the Senator has done. Saying there's a... No, just read your standing orders.
Chair, I suggest you don't throw words at each other.
Governor, you will not teach me the law.
Chair,
let's bring the standing orders.
I've been here for 5 years.
Let's read the standing orders together. This is not something that we need to pass by. Let us see references to government.
And at the point that you want to discuss the character or behavior of any witness, including a governor, you bring a substantive motion.
Where?
You can't say that we're being contemptuous.
I think we are not here. Senator Sifuna, we are not here to be taught about our standing orders.
Correct.
We are here to get to know the plight of the people of Nairobi.
Yes, like Jamhuri, we have a title.
Yes.
We have for Fafa and Bahati, we have...
Which of Fafa? The same one the governor is saying there's no title.
No, what we are saying, Jamhuri and Ofafa, the titles are in progress. In fact, they are being, because for us to have a JV...
Point of order, Chair. Chair, I want to insist at this point that before we proceed any further, you put these witnesses on oath. Please, in accordance to the Constitution.
I hear you, Senator, but we are almost done in number 9. I'll give the ruling on that issue. I'll give that direction. But if the governor and his team say they are title deeds, I mean, it's a matter of them providing.
Title is either there or not there.
Yeah?
A title is either there or it is not there. You can't lie about a title.
That's why I asked.
That is why the answer here
Yes.
is a copy of the title of Jericho, Lumumba, of Ofa and Maringo will be provided once the Ministry of Lands, Public Works and Housing and Urban Development concludes that process.
Okay.
So those
it is
ones
in
are
the
in
process.
But the question the Senate
our
House,
questions are direct, but you are
Yes.
taking, too long to answer. Yes
the
or no
questions are also
question.
here.
Okay.
Written.
Chair, you are losing my train of thought.
Yes.
I had asked a very specific question. They have said the 13 are in the process. I asked, is there any
Of the
that
13?
you have titles to? And he started the list of Jamhuri and went to Ofafa.
So do we have
No, that's not
any
what he meant, Chair.
title deed that is ready?
No, they are not ready, they are in the process.
Okay. Okay. In the process. Number 7. The original plans for the development of the estates in your submission, Governor, is number 8.
The original plans for the estates were for development of social housing to cater for low-income earners. However, the new proposed redevelopment comprises 70% affordable for low-income earners and 30% for high-income earners due to shortfall experience in high and middle-income bracket as well.
Do we have the plans? Have they been submitted?
Yeah, we received, Clerk, have we received those plans that indicates what the Governor has just said?
No, Chair, we've not received those plans.
Not received.
Chair, what plans were, do you want architectural plans, design plans, or what the plan was? The technical terms that you use in planning for what specifically is required.
When we say county planning, what do we mean?
There's economic planning, there is... Chair, what specific plans would you like? The designs.
Chair, if then the governor did not understand what plans he was supposed to submit, he should have asked.
No, Chair, I understood, that's why I answered. The original plan for the estate was for development also, that's my answer.
That is the document you are supposed to submit, Governor. Where were you reading that information from?
Yeah.
From the question. But that is the response, Chair.
Governor,
The response was, this is the response which was sent.
Governor, you know better. Honestly, you know better.
I was born in Nairobi in a government house, so I know what it feels and the kind of attachment you have in these houses that are either government or council houses. Chair, I want to assure the residents of Nairobi that what we're doing is truly for their best interest. We'll walk along with them and we'll walk along with the committee, and it's very exciting for us. We cannot have an ulterior intention or motive.
Thank
I
you.
was about to quote a Bible verse, but it's okay. I don't think it goes with the standing orders.
But, whatever he says, even if he has contempt for us as senators and the people, maybe he will have some respect for God and tell the truth.
Okay, thank you very much for your submission, Senator. I believe that moving forward...
Here the standing orders are very clear. These are House of Rules. You do not impute improper motive, just as the Senate has done. Saying there's a... No, just read your standing orders.
I suggest you don't throw words at each
Governor,
other.
you will not teach me the law. Let's bring the standing orders.
I've been here for 5 years. I know
Let's read the standing orders together. This is not something that we need to pass by. Let us see references to governance.
And at the point that you want to discuss the character or behavior of any witness, including a governor, you bring a substantive motion.
Where?
You can't say that we're being contemptuous.
I think we are not here, Senator Sifuna, we are not here to be taught about our standing orders.
Correct.
We are here to get to know the plight of the people of Nairobi. If we can stick ourselves to that, just that one issue, we are going to move forward in a way that everybody expects us to move forward. Otherwise, I won't entertain any kind of, throwing words at each other at this specific committee where the lives of the people of Nairobi are affected. So, is it on the same issue?
Yes, on the same issue, Chair.
One or two issues. First of all, Senator Oduor, they're the people who elected me to be senator, they're the people who elected me to be governor, and I will always be available for them. And so I think we can, if there's anything further on that, Chair, I'll be happy to answer, if you want any more evidence of that. But I've really pushed for, in fact, if you look at the Hansard, for enhancement, not just of fines, but of the powers of Senate. I don't know whether you should arrest people, but I think I have encouraged even my colleagues to cooperate with the Senate, with the National Assembly, with Parliament. I remember the former president, Mwai Kibaki. I remember when I used to work in the Treasury, when he'd call a minister to Statehouse and the minister says, no, I've been called to the Parliament. He tells them, please run there first and deal with Parliament, because Parliament represents the sovereignty of the people. So let it go on record that I do recognize and respect the place of Parliament as representative of the people, and that is why I've come with everyone who is required on this matter. Though it's not the procedure, Chair, and this is maybe off the record, I think sometimes proper engagement, sometimes even back channeling works. Of course, there's official ways of doing it. But where I found what Senator Wambua is saying, the examples he gave, the reason we're able to succeed on that is what we were able also to do, just directly. But I'm very happy to come every time you call me, and I profusely and deeply apologize to the people of Nairobi for not having come on those two also instances.
Okay. So that I can put that this section of discussion to rest, since you have paid the fine and you're here, but it's also good to understand that this matter of these estates in Nairobi came to this committee on 6th June.
Public participation is sacrosanct.
But the contractors are on the ground in some estates.
There's no contractor on any ground, Chair. Which estate?
Point of order, Chair.
Yes.
If you proceed like that, we will not do justice to the residents of these estates.
Okay.
I propose that you go back to the manner in which we had agreed to proceed, because even this question of MOUs, I'm hearing it for the first time. And because Parliament is a house of record, I would want that you insist, Chair, if the governor makes reference to anything, let him table documentation, because we are not just going to sit here and hear stories of cabinet resolutions. You should be able to share with us. Yes. Cabinet resolutions are reduced to writing. Because even for me as a senator of Nairobi, I'm hearing this for the first time. Yesterday, there was a scheduled groundbreaking in Woodley. How do you do groundbreaking without having signed these MOUs with residents? The residents are hearing about the MOUs for the first time.
Was there groundbreaking that took place?
It was scheduled. I was invited to, I have an invitation for a groundbreaking. Why were you writing to me if there was no groundbreaking?
There was no groundbreaking. Chair, we wanted to do that, but I said, let me take the residents through myself. That is why it happened, Chair. That's why we took them through that process. Urban renewal has been happening. It is not new. If you go to Ngara, if you go to Jivanji, if you go to Pangani, we're doing 3 estates that are almost being completed, Chair. Ziwani.
On the issue of number 2, the agreement between the government of Kenya and the government of Israel.
Yeah. Do we have Ngatia? I wanted to know if he has gotten the email.
Yeah, I'm going there because we are on number 2. That about emails is number 3.
Parliament would only have a title if Parliament goes to ask for the ministry to produce it, if it needs a title. But normally, government scale would just assign this is government land, it is GL. It is not an LR. When you get into these operations, for instance, to do housing or to do a market, etc., then you process through the NLC to actually get that title deed for that land. So in terms of the government records, it shows the ownership of these estates, And I'll give another example. I've given schools title deeds last year. Everybody knew this school title is here, or this land is for the school. For us to be able to produce it, then we start a process to show what was an allocation to the county or to either arm of government for that title then to be produced. So, Chair, these records exist with the ministry in terms of the ownership.
So, Governor, just clarify for me.
Because I would suggest you go through the chair once you...
Yes, Chairman.
Oh, yes.
Chairman, just let's get some clarity.
Yeah.
Because our letter was specific. As those titles, I am sure I'm not the only one who had. Does the county government of Nairobi have the titles for Ofafa Jericho, Jericho Lumumba, Ofafa Maringo, and Maringo or not? It's just something that I need clarification on.
Moebas, let me first of all say the national government or the county government historically never got titles until the evolution of land grabbing came in. If you look at so many survey plans, you will find just a block of land and with letters GL, that is government land. If you look at the very old ones, you will see they have the colony CL.
Chair, a point of order.
In essence,
a point of order, Chair.
Yes, Senator.
Chair, if we proceed this way, we'll not get anywhere. And the question is very simple and specific. Does the county government, we have them or we don't have them? These are the story of GL and we'll go around circles.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just, we need that answer directly.
Estate titles, that one I can say, but the land belongs to the county. It's well known. If you go to Moja today, sir, the land belongs to the county, but now we are issuing titles to the private owners.
Okay.
So, Chair,
got you.
Chair, let me just ask him a question. This response that you...
We have been...
Just that. And shockingly, Sifuna is telling the Senate committee that government is erecting land, is erecting houses, affordable housing units, in what is known as public land in Nairobi, but the land do not even have title deeds, or the title deeds are yet to be processed. Because remember, there is a transfer of some land that is under Nairobi County to the Ministry of Housing at the other end, that are used for constructing where these affordable housing units are being constructed. And I think I want us to listen to that because it is very important for us to get the context. I know people have really spoken about the clash between the two leaders, the fact that Sifuna really pushed Sakaja, demanding the answers, and you could see the back and forth between the city governor and the senator. Now, it is very evident here that Sakaja, the city governor, has been at loggerheads with the senator. And this is on Dishina County, and there have been a lot of speculation that perhaps the Senate is also eyeing the same position. But despite of that, I don't think there is nothing really that stops the senator from asking the questions to the governor. It is bit of, it is now emerging as a new normal for the governors to snub those sittings. And that could largely also been brought about by the fact that even some of the cabinet secretaries have also been skipping those sessions. Now, if Sakaja cannot explain on the title deeds and to the surprise of the public, the land, the houses are being built in the land and the people doesn't even have the title deeds. So it begs a lot of question on who exactly is the landlord, or why is the rush? You know, really asking some very serious questions. So I want to speak about this, to interpret the developments around this scenario politically. But before I do that, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. And thank you very much for supporting us. I know that on matters of land, I was just reading some comments in this video here, that that is where there is the mother of cartels. That is where cartelism is at industrial level. And by the way, speaking from experience, try buying land. Myself, not long ago, I think last year, towards the end of last year, I wanted to buy some piece of land somewhere. Hey, well, I'm telling you, hey, you know, the tales and the things we'll hear, I'm telling you, it's just another thing. Just that process too tedious, and the bureaucracy in it, and and the amount of bribes they'll have to have for you to get your way, it's really shocking. So I relate with those who really say that things are not that good. Now, to Sakaja, if you continue dancing, and this is a very big warning, this is even related to this analysis or not, Ruto policies are affecting the urban residents more than the rural residents. Now, if you continue dancing to the Ruto's tune, then, of course, I can say without any fear of doubt that the second term in Nairobi will be a nightmare. It is not available. If you cannot take a clear position and cut an image of the man who is really fighting for the public, and fighting for the public does not, you need just to confront what is wrong and what is right should be right. Unless you do that, the Ruto taxation regime, the tax policies, all these affordable housing projects and all this going on, the people that are really getting affected, wale ambao wanalia sana, are the people staying and living in urban centers. So the new urban fellow is complaining, is crying, and is really affected. So if you continue listening to what Ruto is saying, I really pity that the public, as part of collateral damage, you really suffer that damage on William Ruto's side. Number two, counties must come clear and not engage in shady land deals with the national government. I'm saying this because there is a question, and the housing levy is now, the housing bill, the affordable housing bill, now going to the Senate. The Senate is supposed to interrogate and just ask a question. What is the share of the counties in the issues of land? In Kiambu, no unit has been erected simply because Wamatangi is asking the president, what is the need for us as the residents of the country? Are we just going to take our land, give to people to build up houses in the guise of affordable housing, land that should be helping the people of Kiambu? So I wish we get many Wamatangis, people that will stand tall and ask, what is really in it for us? That question is very important, and I wish it really comes out and people embrace the need to ask the big question. You can't just be yes sir, yes sir, yes sir throughout. Sometimes you become yes sir throughout until you even lose the relevance of the whole thing. Then from this angle of just nabbing summons from parliament, I think it's not a very good place, because you need to understand Nairobi here is where every governor do have the baggage of scandal. And I had someone saying, Sakaja is a walking scandal. Even starting from the election, remember the Teams University issue and all this. So I think he must come up clean, and sometimes the parliament offers a very good platform for you even to explain yourself to the public, for the public to understand. And that's why I agree with what Sifuna was saying, that I'm not asking these questions on my behalf, I am asking these questions on behalf of the residents of Nairobi. The more leaders will get to understand that, I think, the better. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. Thank you. We are going to Muranga. Some very interesting political development there, so make sure you watch and subscribe to this channel.